Let me play the devil's advocate here. You have a background in music. You were a music producer, and you talk about these human-only jobs. I'm thinking a lot about the creative industries, such as creating music, art. But now we're starting to see that even there, technology can produce music, can create art. Doesn't matter how beautiful or how great it is, but it can do that. What are your thoughts there?
A computer can make good music, but it cannot make great music. Most of the time when you want music or a film or a book or food for that matter, you want great stuff. You don't want a copy. Imagine you're reading a book that is generated by AI. People are publishing books in the vein of, say, Sherlock Holmes, and scanning it and saying, write the same book, and they publish it on Amazon. Imagine if you read this book and then at the end it says, this book was made by AI and it cost 1 cent to make, and you spend $10. How would you feel about that?
A little bit cheated, I think.
Yeah, you feel cheated. And that is because it doesn't necessarily matter so much whether it's good or not, but the context and the value that we assign to it because of the effort. We assign the value to the effort also, and the whole context. This is what humans do. So it's like when we have food, we don't just look at the nutrients. Everything else around it is valuable. So when we have music, we can simulate a hit, but it will still be meaningless for most because it's functional. It's not emotional. And to get emotionally involved, we need the human context. Unless it's sort of elevator music or so, where it doesn't matter. It's a great example for what AI does. It commoditizes the low-level stuff like elevator music, because AI can do that. It commoditizes cheap writing, bad writing on blog posts and in news, or even a bad anchor. There's a Korean AI anchor already. So if you're a bad anchor, you don't show emotions, you have no character, then the AI will take over. But to be a human anchor, it takes about 0.3 seconds to appreciate that you are human for other humans. And yes, the AI can simulate all of these things, but simulation is not the same. It's just a cheap copy of it. So there's a very big difference there.
How can we get better at using AI? Because I think this is a question that we're all thinking about. We know we should use it to our advantage, but how, other than using ChatGPT?
That's the difference between the tool and the purpose. A tool is something that I use to get a job done. And when the job is done, I'm proud of the job, not of the tool. So if I'm a carpenter, I'm not proud of my hammer. I'm proud of the house. But if I look at the tool, like the tool is smarter than me, can get stuff better done than me, then it becomes the purpose. And that is a very bad idea, because then I deauthorize myself. So for example, in the creative industry, if I use AI to generate video scenes and so on, I could use that as an input to construct my own video, or maybe even use pieces of it. But now on YouTube, you're seeing millions of videos generated by AI. They're all bloody useless. There's a limit to how much power I want to give to the tool by deauthorizing or becoming dumb as a consequence, or lazy, or incapable of feeling my own emotions about this, yeah? Because then the tool substitutes, and then I become a commodity. So there's a clash coming, and that's already quite here, where a lot of lazy companies and even employees or people in general will say, okay, who cares about the real thing? We'll just make a copy, a simulation. That is real, because it's cheaper and faster and more convenient. That becomes very tempting also for companies to say, we're not going to hire more people, we're going to use more AI. That is a death wish, because when you don't have enough people giving meaning to the company, you become a commodity company. Anybody with more AI could beat you, because the AI keeps improving. So somebody else will have a new edition of whatever engine, and that will be the new company I contract. So not having human value is a death wish, because in the end you save money, but you die.